What's up, guys? Frankie Trades here, bringing you another new weekly Sunday stock watch list. Before we get started, though, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate it. And without much more further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the watch list. So, going into earnings this week, we do have a few good companies. Quarter one, quote unquote, is starting right around the corner. We have MU reporting on Wednesday after close, and then the only other stocks to really keep an eye out for that really have a good move or even have a significant move to keep an eye out for after hours is MU, like I had just said. FedEx, that's another good one that has some volatility and can have some volume on the contracts at times. And then Nike, of course. Nike's another big one that usually moves quite a bit with earnings. So as far as anything else goes, I don't have anything else to keep an eye out for that I can look at to trade after hours, or not after hours, but after post earnings. So that is about it for earnings, though. It is more of a short watch list, so there isn't too much included on here just because of how many setups aren't really ready yet. Everything's in consolidation and everything's in a current range. So looking to be pretty careful with what setups I'm going to give you guys. So, and you guys will see here with ES and Q when I show you guys what I am talking about. So with ES, if I go to the 4 hour here, you can see that we are currently stuck in a range between 60.40 and between 6100. Roughly a 60-point range. We're hovering more towards the downside, so maybe we get some potential breakdown going into tonight with Sunday, and at night going into pre-market on Monday tomorrow morning. So with that being said, we are currently in a range, like I just said, so preparing for any setups towards the downside if we get anything on that. But again, we're stuck in a range still. We won't know till tomorrow morning with Monday pre-market session. So yes, that is currently the range that I am looking at. NQ, kind of the same idea here. We are currently stuck between 21,600. If I go to the 4 hour here and show you guys, it was recently a, oh my God, my chart. It was recently a resistance, now turned support. You can see that we have bounced off of it once again, and now we are stuck within a 300-point range on NQ between 21,900 and 21,600. We're hovering right in between both areas. So, NQ, really all I'm looking at is either some sort of breakout to the upside or some sort of breakdown to the downside. Now, obviously, ES is a little bit ahead of that, so that's something to keep in mind. But as far as most of the tech stocks that are under NQ, that is something to keep in mind that we are still stuck in between everything. But anything can change overnight, though, going into Monday tomorrow morning. So going into the watch list, I will give you guys the biggest setup we have this entire week, and it is NVIDIA, guys. NVIDIA is the name of the game. So if I go on the daily chart here, thanks to the students, I did not see this one, so stock hour students absolutely killing it with seeing things that I can't see. If I go to the daily chart here, we do have a trend line that does break around this 132 area. Now, why is 132 important? Well, if we go on the daily chart like I am right now, we can see that we currently have a flat bottom across the 132 level. Obviously, 130 would be the break of the range that NVIDIA has been stuck in for a while, between 130 all the way up to 150. As you can see, we've just been stuck in this massive range. But with ES hovering close to the breakdown of its range, and then NQ being stuck in between, and NVIDIA really, and most of the other chip stocks, all of them have been pretty weak recently. This is something to keep an eye out for. So the plan with NVIDIA for me is looking at 132 with a break and target of all the way down to 130. Obviously, I won't look to hold that long. I'm a scalper. I'm not going to look to hold that trade that long unless the trade is really fluid and just has a lot of volatility and momentum behind it. But other than that, I'm looking to keep this trade pretty simple. Most likely two trades, 132 into 131, and then treat 130 as its own separate trade, with NVIDIA being ahead of the market here and looking pretty weak on the bigger time frame. So that is NVIDIA. That's going to be the best setup we have this entire week. And the other stock that I do want to talk about that I think is pretty evident is Tesla here. I don't have to be on the 4 hour to show you guys what's going on because we've just been reaching all-time highs. But with Tesla, it's been pretty tricky. If you're patient, if you're quick with the scalps, it's not a bad setup. For me personally, I like the bigger setups, or the setups that have been developing just a little bit longer. So for me personally, I will be waiting for Tesla either at 440 if we get some sort of setup there, or at 437, which is the all-time high currently. The reason why I would like 437 with what I had just said is because if we get any form of consolidation pre-market with Tesla around 437, even 438, or some sort of consolidation within some high during pre-market, that is something I am super interested in. If we either get that or 440. When it comes to the downside, though, I'm not touching anything on Tesla until we get down to 415. Reason is Tesla's been really volatile. The buying opportunity on Tesla has been absolutely insane when it does get to these lower lows. around 415 or even 420. So I want to be really careful when I'm taking some sort of downside play, unless Tesla is super ahead of the market. That is the only way I take some sort of intraday scalp. But my goal for this week that I want to improve on is usually skipping a lot of the intraday setups if I don't have a trading plan really well developed. There really isn't too much presented. So I'm looking to keep this week pretty simple. It's almost the end of the year. I want to end the year off on a clean slate, on a good note. Don't want to end the month on a horrible note. So I'm looking to keep things a little bit more calmer. Obviously, the opportunity presents itself. I will look to take advantage of it, but we won't know until we get to it this week. So, but like I said, guys, that is about it for the watch list. Pretty short and sweet and simple. So with that much being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate it. And with that being said, hope you guys have a killer week and kill it. So peace out.